everyone, and welcome back to our channel and our kitchen.
Today we are making a special Valentine's Day brunch.
We are going to prepare chilaquiles, but not your typical chilaquiles. These are going to be stuffed and they're going to be in the shape of a heart. We usually don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Do we celebrate Thanksgiving?
No, we don't. It's more of
Thanksgiving? I said Thanksgiving. I personally feel that we don't need to celebrate it just once a year.
What, Thanksgiving?
No,
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's. Every day can be Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, every day's Thanksgiving here.
Yeah. I feel that we can appreciate our loved ones every day, do something special for them every day, not just once a year.
For us, Valentine's Day is every day.
Every day.
The family, our fur babies, spending time with those that you love. That's Valentine's, not just for one day. But enough of me. Let's get to this recipe.
Yeah, let's get started. I have the water heating up to boil the peppers. We are going to make a red sauce. I'm going to make a red sauce for the chilaquiles, which I'm going to use some of my peppers that I still have from that vine that I purchased. And since they are a little spicy, I'm going to add 1 large tomato to it so we can cut down the spiciness. And our dogs want to go outside.
And our fur baby wants to go outside. So let me go let the puppies outside, and Anna's going to continue here.
Yes. Since I'm going to use that 1 large tomato, I'm going to add the tomato first, and we're going to let it boil until the skin begins to peel off, and then we're going to add the peppers. So we're waiting for the tomate to cook a little bit more, and then we're going to turn it off and then add the chiles. And these I already washed, removed the stem and the seeds. Well, the best I could.
Some of them.
No, I did remove the seeds. And we're going to use about 7 of these chiles. They're New Mexico chili pods. And they are very spicy. So that's why I'm using the tomato as well. So we're going to put these over here. And once we're ready to add them in, we'll add them. Meanwhile, we're going to prepare the masa for the chilaquiles. Here we have about 2 to 3 cups of masa. I'm going to add some salt. Here we have 2 cups.
Let me stop you right there. What would you say the water is? Because we do get that question on. Is it room temperature?
It's hot. It's
not boiling hot?
It's not boiling hot, but it's hot. It shouldn't be too hot. That it should be warm enough to where you can handle touching the water. If you're burning your hands as you're mixing the masa, then it's too hot, because then you're just going to cook your masa.
Yeah, we do get that question a lot, so we just want to make sure you guys know it's as long as it's manageable, you're good to go.
Yeah, it's good. It's manageable. And my hands are clean, by the way, so I'm going to begin by mixing the salt into the masa. And the salt, I added about half a teaspoon because it's only 3 cups of masa. And if you don't want to add salt, you don't have to. Okay, ahora sí, empieza a echar el agua. Add some water, add about a cup. We're going to start with 1 cup. That way you can see exactly how much water we added.
1 cup exactly.
Okay. Mix it. This is just like if you were making masa for tortillas. And the key when making masa for tortillas, your masa has to be very, very hydrated. Add the rest.
The rest of it?
Yeah, just add the rest. All right, that's good. We'll save that one. Let's mix this one in. And as you can see, we added almost 2 cups of the water, and it still needs a little bit more. So we're going to add the remainder. He left a little bit in here, so I'm going to add the rest. And if we need more, we're going to measure more. That way you can see exactly how much water we added. We're at 2 cups right now. I got a little bit over a cup of water. We also want to keep some aside, so as we're making the chilaquiles, if the masa begins to dry, you can add more water until it becomes hydrated again, because it will tend to dry up if you let it sit for too long. Now, if you're not going to use the masa right away, you can also wrap it in plastic wrap and set it aside so it doesn't dry, and that usually keeps it nice and hydrated. It should be nice and smooth. It shouldn't stick to your hands. And let's give it a squeeze and see where we're at. See? Perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna cover the masa while we prepare the filling for the chilaquiles. For the filling, it's gonna be super easy. I'm gonna use rotisserie chicken. I'm also gonna use cheese and a few seasonings. I'm not gonna use a whole lot of seasonings because the chicken is rotisserie chicken, therefore it's already seasoned. So I'm only gonna add a little bit of garlic, a little bit of cumin, chili powder, and paprika to add more flavor to it.
I'm sterile.
You're sterile.
All right, the pollo. Goes into the processor.
El pollito rostizado.
I kind of put it like everywhere on the sides because I feel sometimes it gets like stuck.
And this is the same way that we use to prepare the taquitos. To me, it just seems much easier because the filling just goes on there and it stays there. It's not falling out of the taquito. It's perfect.
Do we do this one first?
Yeah, just blend the chicken first and then we'll add the rest of the stuff. Is it what you do?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, you have to.
Oh, I see what I did.
What did you do? Oh, you know what you did? You didn't.
Oh, it is not locked in.
It's not locked in. I think you had it
Perfect. That's freaking awesome.
You can mix in shredded cheese, but we're going to mix it in with the chicken using the food processor because that's going to make it stick together more. No.
All right, so we're doing the cheese?
The cheese, el quesito, and this is queso asadero. You like mozzarella, no?
Kind of, I would say close to mozzarella.
You can use whichever cheese you prefer, as long as it's melted.
Now add the seasoning.
Okay. It's not a lot, just to add more flavor. Oh, me too. Oh, perfect, mira. Look at that.
Almost looks like masa.
Let me taste it. ¿Está buena? I'm just getting a cookie sheet. And we're going to put a wax paper on so we can set the chilaquiles that are done. We're going to make all the chilaquiles first and then we're going to take it over to the stove and fry them. All right, here is our tomato. As you can the skin is easier to peel, as you can see. So at this point, we're going to add the chiles. Okay, and then I'm gonna turn off the burner and we're just gonna keep it covered so they can hydrate. Meanwhile, we're gonna prepare the chilaquiles. And we're gonna need a tortilla
press.
Or if you don't have a tortilla press, you can also use 2 pieces of plastic and press down with the flat object until you form your shape of your tortilla. The plastic that I'm using, I cut 1 Ziploc bag. So you can see it still has the Ziploc on there. I cut it into a shape of a square to fit my tortilla press. We're gonna start by preparing the tortillas just like if you were making regular tortillas. Keep it covered so it doesn't dry the masa. We're also gonna need a cookie cutter about this size, maybe smaller. And we're gonna start by preparing a tortilla. And you'll want to shape the round about the size of a golf ball, about this big. Once it's nice and smooth, you'll want to place it right in between the plastic on the tortilla press. And then place the other plastic right on top. And give it a gentle press. And then I'm going to flip it over like this and give it 1 more press. So it's even on all sides. Okay, and now to prepare the chilaquile. Now I'm going to take the cookie scoop and scoop up some of that chicken. Just about that much. You don't want to add too much because then it's going to be hard to close. So we're going to place it right there on the side. It's not cooperating with me. Might as well just use my hand. I think it's easier just to use your hand. Just press it out like that. And then we're going to fold it. Just like that. Now you can cook them like this and make chicken quesadillas, but since it is Valentine's Day, we're going to cut them in the shape of a heart. And then we're just going to remove the excess masa on the side. And there we go. You have one. So proud of my little creations. We're gonna cover them while we prepare the sauce. The peppers are nice and hydrated. We're gonna add these to the blender along with the tomato. Now when you add the tomato, you can choose to take off the skin if you'd like, or you can leave it on there. It's completely up to you. I am going to take it off. Ah, hot, 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 hot. Okay, there we go. There's another piece. Okay. We're gonna use the pan again, so we're gonna set that aside. I'm also gonna add 1/4 of an onion, 3 garlic cloves, about a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. But I'm also gonna add 4 ounces of cream cheese to make the sauce nice and creamy. That is optional. And about 1/2 cup of water. 1/2 cup to 1 cup of water, depending on how thick you want your sauce to be. We'll start out with 1 cup, and if we need to add more, we can add more when we transfer it to the pan. Okay, let's take this to the blender and blend all these ingredients. Okay, let me show you how creamy this sauce comes out. Now we're just gonna transfer it to the pan that we boiled the peppers in. And we're gonna add a little bit of water just to get the remainder of the residue that's in the glass. That should do it. Put the lid back on. Give it a shake. There we go. And we add it to the stock pot. Now let's head over to the stove and finish this recipe. Here we have the canola oil heating up. I'm going to check it to see if it's hot enough to begin to fry the chilaquiles, and it looks like it is because look at all those bubbles coming out of the spoon. Okay. I'm going to add a few at a time so we can keep a close eye on them. And we're going to fry for about a minute or so on each side, or until both sides are nice and golden. Scoop up the oil onto the top so the top part can begin to fry too. And this way, when you flip it over, it's not going to damage it. Okay, so now the taste test.
Wait.
I feel like there's something missing.
They just came out great. Look at them. They're amazing.
They seem more like empanadas though.
Yeah, they kind of do, but it's the idea of the chilaquiles, the heart shape. It's great, but
the sauce. The sauce came out amazing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the next one we could do an empanada in the shape of a St. Patty's Day is coming up.
It's a chilaquile, technically, a stuffed chilaquile. You can enjoy them either way, as a chilaquile or as an empanada. My husband's gonna do the chilaquiles, and I'm gonna do the empanada with a little bit of the sauce to dip them in. Let's do this.
Here we go. So there's one that's already cut. So I'm gonna go ahead and go that one. Look at that.
They're nice and full.
And then they're nice and crunchy too. Oh, my mouth is watering. Here we go. Mmm. Not good. Not good.
Let me try one. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take that half right there.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to use my manos. Mmm. The sauce is really good. Still spicy.
Yeah, it is. Delicious.
I hope you give this recipe a try in your home and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video.
Have a good Valentine's, everybody.
Mmm.
Look at this.
We're going to start by soaking the peppers, which my water... What happened to my water? I did turn it on. It's not heating up fast enough.
Wow. You know what I forgot too?
What?
The microphone.
Oh, let's go get the
One more
microphone
time.
so we can do it again.
Yeah. That way we don't hear that. And I can close the door.
Yeah.